What's up, guys? We are here in Lisbon, Portugal.
So we have 48 hours and we're gonna try to make the best of it. So we're actually going to go and purchase the Lisbon card.
So we got down here to the office and it's located right next to this really big square. And we've got our 2 cards. So we use these on all of our transit and at all of our attractions. And as soon as you use it, it goes into effect. So we're gonna go get some food before we use these. You ready?
Yes, I'm hungry.
Food.
Okay, so we just made it to the Museum of Coaches, which it looks like a whole museum all based on train cars.
It should be free with our cards, so let's go see. Okay, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this bad boy has a suspension system.
Okay, so the second part of the museum, it's all about like the firefighters here in Lisbon. And so they have tons of different, so there's tons of like old like hoses and buckets that they used to use. So here's one of them. They had to hook up the horse. If there's a fire, they had to hook up a horse, like ride the horse all the way to the fire, and then you gotta take buckets and then just throw the buckets at the fire.
How do you do it?
Like that.
So right behind us is the Gerons Monastery, and this was created over 500 years ago, and it's a Gothic style church, and it has a lot of significance to the city of Lisbon and to Portugal because it was created at a time when they were one of the biggest world powers. So this is sort of a must-see when you're here in Lisbon. Now, our card actually includes entry, which is normally 10 euros, but unfortunately we're here on Monday because we have this tendency to go do things on Mondays when everything's closed. So we're just gonna enjoy it from the outside and we'll see if we have time to come down here and see the inside. Okay, so right here across from the monastery is this massive park square, and it is incredibly beautiful. It's very detailed garden work. There's lots of pathways and just an insanely massive fountain in the middle.
All right, so with the Lisbon card, you have access to tons and tons of museums here. One of the main ones that we really wanted to see is the Cultural Museum or the Contemporary Arts, which has tons of famous paintings by like Picasso and Warhol and so many other artists.
Okay, so we are starving. Doing this little card thing has got us going like on 10 and we are both
like
exhausted.
So much energy.
So we're actually just outside of the park near the tower, and there's just a little area with some souvenirs and a little like food cart, and the guy is so nice. So what are you getting?
Some sandwiches and sangria.
Yeah.
Okay, so the tower here is 500 years old, and this was actually a lot of explorers last year as they left, like such as Magellan. And the reason that it was built was to protect the port of Lisbon.
Unfortunately, we are not having great luck with the card so far on this trip. Like, this is kind of typically like stuff that happens to us. But you cannot go to the tower today because the tides are too high, which I actually read online. This does happen pretty frequently, so I guess it's not just us. But be prepared. You may want to check ahead and see if it's open before you make the journey down here to check it out. But I still think it's worth it just to see it from the outside, but maybe not economically. So now we're crossing our fingers. We are going to try and find this tram and go to the pier experience because this is one of the most famously beautiful bridges in the world. And if you get to go to it, you can actually get like a panoramic view of the city. So we're really hoping we can make it in time and that one's not closed too. So let's go. Ooh, there she is.
Totally worth it for coming here. I think the elevator might have been the scariest part and going through like all the dark, but it was awesome.
Yes, this definitely made our day after a couple minor disappointments. We feel good about buying the card now. This was a cool experience and we rocked it like pros, honestly. And we just walked right up, walked right on the platform, and
I'm surprised.
easy peasy.
I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
We crushed it. All right, so off to explore more of Lisbon. All right, so we are on day 2.
In beautiful Portugal, the weather is amazing.
All right, so we're gonna be spending most of today in the neighborhood that is called Chiado, and this is the primary part of downtown. There's a lot of shopping and a lot of the things there are to do, but because this city is actually surprisingly expensive, we're eating pizza for breakfast / lunch today. It was 650 euros from a kebab shop.
So I know Portugal in general is supposed to be one of the least expensive countries in all of Europe, especially Western Europe, but like we've been really surprised here. Everything is pretty pricey.
Yeah, it has been disappointing on the prices, so we're just doing our best to stay in budget, although we've been sort of failing. All right, so we're kicking off the day here at the Santa Justa lift, which is this really cool like metal elevator structure, and the line is super long now, and it was super long last night, so.
But it's so beautiful, and once you get to the top, you're supposed to get the best views of the entire city.
Yeah, there's like actually like a little walkway you can walk across, so we're hoping it pays off. But this line is moving quickly, so if you see the line is long, don't shy away. Don't shy away. Don't be alarmed. 1755, Lisbon suffered a massive earthquake, which caused the city to be completely rebuilt. When they rebuilt the city, they sectioned trades to certain areas, which caused severe issues for the people in the city to get to places they needed to get to quickly. As a result, they built the Santa Justa lift to get people from the lower neighborhoods to the upper neighborhoods. One of the things that makes Lisbon so special is the many different forms of transportation they have. They literally have metros, trams, buses, trains, streetcars, ferries, and even funiculars, which we'll tell you about later. This particular monastery is incredible, so I'm not sure why everyone goes to the other one. I'm sure the other one is awesome, but this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like the highest ceiling I've ever seen in a church. It was crazy.
Something about Lisbon or Portugal, man, they just like to build things extra large size. Like everything is just like Mario 4. This museum is so cool because it tells you the history of Lisbon by telling you stories, and it's awesome. And the little device, super easy to use, and it actually changes as you move throughout the museum. So honestly, one of the coolest museums I've ever been to.
Okay, so right now we're going up to the top of the major archway here. And you're supposed to get a huge 360 view of the ocean and the whole city.
Boom, let's go.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh my God, look at his toe. I can almost get it, babe. Can you reach it because you got big arms?
The big toe.
Put your hand around it.
I don't want to.
You better hold on.
When you're down there, now it looks
God, I got chills. Oh, my legs. If you guys don't know this, in the US, there would be like barriers here. Like you could just climb up here, jump off, sit down, fall off, anything. Really quite easily. All right. We were just up there, yeah?
Yeah, it's so high.
So this is what you guys are waiting for. This is the funicular, which is just a little streetcar that goes from one spot to the other, and it just goes up and down this one vertical street.
So the streetcar was actually really fun, and thank God we took it because the hill was extremely steep. So it was only about like a 3-minute ride, but definitely worth it, and one of my favorite things I think that we've done here. Alright guys, that's it for our time here in Lisbon.
So far, we thought the Lisbon card was very worth it for us. There is plenty of information online about all the things that it offers. We didn't even take advantage of half of it. There are discounts on tours. There's tons more museums you can see. And the card is honestly a great value just to be able to use it for the transit. So we do highly suggest it, and we'll provide all that information in a link down below that you guys can check out for yourselves.
So if you guys have made it this far through this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.
All right, we'll see you guys on the next one.
At it again.